Hi there, my name is Cynthia Wakeo, and today Pamela is going to be sharing his story on how he overcame the fear of starting a business. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Cynthia.
So if someone has been in this channel for a minute,
Yeah.
they know a part of your story on how you started a business.
Yeah.
But for those who have not had that, give us a brief breakdown.
Yeah, so thank you, Wakio, for that question. So I remember it's 12 years now as of the time of shooting this video. And I had a 9 to 5 job. It's a job which I loved, but I was looking to do something different. And 2 years before now going full-time in terms of now the business, I had started consulting on a small time basis. So I would have clients come to me, they would ask me to do contracts, employee contracts, they would ask me to do HR policies, or by the way, if you're watching this for the first time, I'm the MD at Corporate Staffing Services. It's a HR consultancy firm. Yeah, so I'm a HR professional. So they would ask me to do all manner of small assignments. And then over time, it grew to be a business in the sense that I was finding that I had more now work, from the clients, because I would do a good job and clients would refer to me to their friends. And then also at the same time, what started to happen is also I started increasing the offerings. So originally we started with the recruitment of very low level positions, but then again, clients, employers would ask me for input, when it comes to HR matters, disciplinary matters, contracts, HR policies. Yeah, so it was quite interesting at the beginning because started at the very basic level, very low level, one client at a time. So by the time I was going full time, I remember I had like between 8 to 10 clients. Some of them were regular clients, others were just one-off. Yeah, so I didn't start with the business plan, to be honest with you, Cynthia. And I just knew that, oh, this is working now over time when I started to see that there's a regular income and repeat clients. So it's not something I really sat and said, wow, I want to go into business. I want to have this number of staff. I want to be all this successful. It started at a very small level. And looking back, here we are. As of the time of shooting this video, we've consulted for over 1,800 employers across the larger East Africa. Corporate staffing itself has 25 staff, and the other 20 staff who work for some of our clients. And we've been able to consult for who is who in this country, all the way from fast-growing SMEs to the multinationals, top NGOs. So I'm very proud of the journey that we've taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before getting to this where you are right now, back then you had a stable job with a stable income, and here you had a side hustle. How did you overcome the fear of coming from a stableness to unstableness?
Yeah, that's a very good question because, like I said, I didn't sit down and to come up with a business plan. But there's a funny thing in life. They say that God gives you signs. And so for me, remember my first career was in finance. So I guess because of understanding numbers, it helped me know when I was making progress now. Because I moved from finance to HR. And then not just being a traditional HR, but a consultant. So you can see there were a couple of things that happened at the same time. Changing of career and not now just doing it the traditional way, but now moving to consultants, which is a bit different from the traditional HR who works for only a single company. I think the universe gave me signs that it was time. And what made me overcome the fear is, number one, I was quite realistic in terms of expectations. I know a lot of times we would want to be independent, we would want to go our own way because we want to make millions. However, the reality is in there, you're not going to make a million within the first or second or the third month. It will take you time. So for me, I was quite realistic. And what helped me to be realistic was I looked back. The clients I told you I had 8 to 10 by the time I left, I had acquired them over, I believe, over 18 months. So they didn't just come. So I knew it was also going to take me time to really stabilize and to settle. Second, I had a plan B in that now I had gotten to like HR. I liked what I was doing. And so I knew even if consultant it doesn't work, I can still apply for a job and become a HR manager somewhere. Whereas that was not plan. It was not something I was looking to do immediately things fail, no. But I knew at the back of my mind, I had a fallback plan. Yeah. There's also this aspect where I started very small. So, and this is tied to where I said my expectations were quite realistic. I've worked in every department that we have here at Corporate Staffing Services, including taking care of the office, washing, cleaning. I've done all that, you know, up to the point now I got to a level where I had to have one employee. For a long time, this digital marketing it's me who was running it. Now it has gotten to a point where we have, how many employees do you have in digital marketing? I believe five of them, exactly. But at the beginning, it was me who was running the show. If you look recruitment, I'm the one who used to go for meetings. But now, 70% of the 70 to 80% of the clients, they come through by interacting with the other staff members. So being realistic in the way of allowing myself to start small came in handy. There was also this bit of competition. I didn't fear competition. And even now, I keep telling people, even if you start your business today, they are competitors, but don't be afraid. Yeah. So that time I was starting, I remember there's the big four audit firms, and there were some 2 or 3 local firms which were really doing well. And I remember meeting some of my friends, and some of them would ask me, "Do you really know what you're doing? How are you going to compete with so and so?" Yeah. But the interesting thing is, since we opened our doors, we never closed. Even during the toughest period, COVID, because we had a clientele base. And what worked is every day you grow the clientele base. You service the client, they're happy, they keep coming, they refer you to their friends. That's the way you grow. But if you focus on the competitor, this is what the competitor is doing. There's a reason why they are where they are. There's a reason why they are successful. So if you take your focus away from the goal, which is to build your business, don't look at what other people are doing. Yeah, you can refer to what they are doing to learn, but the focus shouldn't be there. So also don't fear competition, because I believe there's something unique, different you could be bringing to the table, and that will make all the difference. Yeah. And lastly is what you asked me about uncertainty. You shouldn't fear uncertainty. And if you really want to be an entrepreneur, uncertainty is something that you have to embrace. I'll take you back to 2020 March. No one saw COVID coming. If you had asked people, me being one of them, what were your plans for 2020? For us here at Corporate Staffing, it was for growth. For 2020 March, the same period, we moved to a new office, only for the government to close, operations, so to speak, in 2 weeks' time. So 2020 for us was supposed to be the year for growth. And yet, that's the first time we received our biggest hit. Because since 2011, when I started the business, to 2020, there was no time we really had such a shock. Yeah. So who knows about tomorrow, Cynthia? You never know. You could be doing very well today, but tomorrow you never know. So you must embrace uncertainty. You must be a risk taker. Obviously, try as much as possible to mitigate the risks. But the reality is, you and I know we don't know about tomorrow. All we can do is take care of today. So I believe for me, those are the things that, in a way, made sure that I still
overcome your fear.
Overcome my fears and still, stay on the journey despite the ups and downs.
Yeah. So for a professional, or rather someone who is watching this video and they're struggling to make a decision of, should I move from employment to a side to make my side hustle my main gig, what would you tell them?
For me, what I've come to know, it's all about mindset. Because someone watching this could be saying, "Oh, a job is quite secure." A job is also not secure. Your employer could go out of business tomorrow. You might find also yourself, you're unemployed, and it's not a problem of you're making. So for me, it's having a positive mindset. And not just waking up and chanting and affirming, without action. It's positive mindset with action. Action in the sense that, yes, you're thinking about the best, but it's what you're doing. So if you need to market, you're out there marketing. You're out there sending emails. You are there offering your customers the best service. So it's mindset. If you need to start, it's a mindset. Be positive. Then the second one is obviously take one day at a time, and this one means starting small. Paminas has done this for the last 12 years. If you're watching this in 2022 and you would want to be like Paminas is 12 years ahead of you. You're not going to catch up, at least not in the next 1 or 2 or 3 months. That's the reality. But if you start today, who knows, maybe tomorrow we could be at the same level. Yeah. So the key thing is starting small. Yeah, because also I believe what keeps people not to really succeed or start is that they're looking at it, they want to accomplish things very fast. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So start small, and the beauty of starting small is any obstacle you meet, you somehow be able to overcome it. As opposed to you get a bank loan for 5 million, you can't try and invest. If it doesn't work, can you imagine what kind of stress you'll be under? But if you started small, you don't even have an office, you have business cards, you get these clients, they give you the first business for 15,000. That 15,000, maybe 3,000 is your cost. You save the 12,000, you reinvest. That way you grow over time. Yeah. And lastly, so don't be afraid to ask questions. And I'm very happy because some of the subscribers have been leaving comments, and I've been taking time to read those comments, and some of them, where they are direct questions, I do answer them. So that's one way of trying to help each other and making sure that people out there, they get to understand what does it take to start a business and succeed.
Yeah.
So please do leave a comment and any question you have, and we'll be able to address it. Who knows, in the next video.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your journey. And many people face fear before they start something, and those tips will definitely be of help.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you for watching. Please feel free to leave your comments or questions in the comment section. Next week, we will be having a Q&A with Paminas, where he'll be able to answer all your questions. So leave your comments, and we'll see you next time.